Hello, my name's Leanne Gross, Uncle Leonard's niece. Uncle Leonard was my father's middle brother. They were good brothers. My father always spoke highly of Uncle Leonard and loved him. Uncle Leonard always gave his all to us. When my father passed away, him and Aunt Carol were there all the way for our whole family. I always knew that I could go to him. When I was 15, my father bought me a little metal boat, my first boat, and I was so proud of it. And I stripped all the paint off of it and recushioned the seats, and Dad helped me with the engine. And Uncle Leonard came and pulled it back to his paint shop and painted it just the way I wanted it. Not the way everybody else thought, but the way I wanted it. He always treated me with kindness and respect, no matter how old I was. I loved him, and he loved me, and I knew that.
My Uncle Leonard was such a genuinely good man who loved his entire family so completely and unconditionally. Aunt Carol, Stacy, Steve, I love you. I miss you, Uncle Leonard.
Hi, I'm Kim Marciano. Most of you know me as Kim Gross. My Uncle Leonard was always there for me and my mom when my dad couldn't be. He always stepped up to help. And when I was pregnant with my fourth child, my Uncle Leonard came over every morning and built a big, beautiful bedroom for my three beautiful daughters so that they would have enough room. And he showed up every morning and worked all day. I love you, Uncle Leonard, and I miss you.
I wouldn't know where to begin thanking Leonard for all he did for me. He was always there when there was a problem that would have been Harold's to do. Going to Springfield to bring back a car that didn't run, to setting up an auction, to making an attic into a lovely room for three children. He could do anything and would do anything. I miss him.
One of the things I remember most about my Uncle Leonard was every weekend or every other weekend, they would come out to the farm, and it always seemed like Grandpa and Uncle Leonard would get together and they'd have to have a shooting contest. Most of the time it was just for a quarter or 50 cents, but it was big money to Grandpa and both Uncle Leonard to see who could blow up the most gallon jugs full of water. It was the coolest thing back then. Should have seen it. It was something else.
My memory of Uncle Leonard is that he brought out dirt bikes to Grandma and Grandpa Gross's house. And I decided I would try to ride one, and it didn't go well. Many years later, I learned that I should stay on four wheels. I also remember him and Aunt Carol having a green El Camino and just thinking that that was the coolest vehicle ever whenever they showed up down to Grandma and Grandpa's. I was so excited to be able to ride in the back of that, part car, part truck. Very cool. So, my love to you all. I'm so sorry we couldn't be there.
Hi everyone, I'm Jared Dehart, one of Uncle Leonard's grandnephews. Just wanted to say a few things. Not everyone is lucky enough to have Uncle Leonard in their life, but we all were. I'll always remember going over to him and Aunt Carol's house and him having the mini bike ready, no matter how many times I'd laid that stupid thing down. What an amazing father, husband, craftsman, and just all around great inspiration of a human, and hoping someday just to be as half as great as man as he was. Miss and love you guys.
Hi everyone, my name is Kayla Dehart. My great uncle Leonard was very crafty, very handy, the nicest guy in the whole world, and I miss him so much. from Springfield, Missouri.
Hi, I'm Cindy DeHart, one of Uncle Leonard's lucky nieces. He married my mom's baby sister when she was just a baby, and I've been lucky enough to have a lifetime with them and their happiness together. It's been fantastic. I have lots of happy memories of both of them, and so many funny memories of Uncle Leonard. I had a hard time picking one to share, so I decided I would just not pick one memory, but just pick one thing that I miss, and that is hearing my aunt say, "Good land, Leonard." She was always saying, "Good land, Leonard," when he did something that wasn't quite up to her expectations. Maybe she asked for more napkins, and he gave her way more napkins than she expected or needed, and he would have a smirk on his face and hand them to her, and she would say, "Good land, Leonard." And the kids and I and Scott a lot of times would laugh about that on the way back to Kansas City on our way home after we'd visited with them, and we would all practice saying "Good land, Leonard," just like she would say it. It was always, in a joking manner. Of course, they were never angry with each other or anything like that, but it was something we all enjoyed as a family. But anyway, we miss you, Uncle Leonard. Love you to pieces, and I'm sure thinking about everyone back there and wish I was there. Hugs and kisses. Love you all.
My name is Pam. I'm one of Leonard's nieces. My mom is Carol's sister. We're very sorry that we couldn't be there today. We're in Arizona welcoming a new grandbaby. We have lived out of state for many, many years, but we would always come back in the summers to visit and would spend time with Aunt Carol and Uncle Leonard. He was like a second grandpa to my boys, and we so appreciate that. They loved him dearly. It didn't matter what we wanted to do, what we were going to do. He would take us or help us or jump right in there with us, whether it was geode hunting or going to auctions or taking us to family sites or searching for something for a headboard for my older son. It took us on some small town adventure, finding the best place to get a fried tenderloin. He would always take us. He could do just about anything, and it seemed like he knew everyone. My family will tell you that he makes a mean pancake, and it doesn't matter if I use the same recipe, but mine are never as good as Uncle Leonard's, and he always made sure that we had pancakes at least once during our visit. He one time tracked down a mirror for my husband's Tahoe that we'd been looking for, and in one phone call, he had found one, and we ran over to get that. One of my favorite stories is when we were there one year, my very favorite pair of jeans, old jeans, ended up with a large tear in the backside. Figured it was time for them to go, so I threw them in the trash at Uncle Leonard's house. The next time we were there, probably at least a year later, we came back and walked into the room we were staying in, and lo and behold, there were my jeans on the bed, and Uncle Leonard had fixed them for me. We love you, Uncle Leonard, and we miss you tons.